Hi friends! For story time this week, I am going to be reviewing 5 vocabulary words that we have learned throughout the year, and you are going to use those magnificent words in your story time stories. So you're going to use all of these vocabulary words to write me a story. I would love for you to make sure that you are writing in complete sentences and your story makes sense. I'm not asking you to just use the word correctly. I want you to use all of these words to come together to make one beautiful story. All right? So let's go ahead and get started with our very first word. Our first word that I would love to see in your storytime stories this week is gratitude. Gratitude is the feeling of being grateful or thankful. When we reviewed this in class the first time, we talked about how we can feel gratitude for a person or an action or even something that you may receive. So we talked a lot about being grateful and thankful for our parents and for our friends and how we're grateful and thankful for the things that they do for us and the things that they are able to bring to our lives. So I use the word gratitude in a sentence by saying, I have so much gratitude for the second graders I got to teach this year, because I'm super thankful for you guys. All right, so I would love to see gratitude in your story time stories. Our next word that we're going to review is approve. Approve is something you do agree with or think is good and right. So we talked about approve and how we went through all these different scenarios of things that, yes, I agree with this, I would approve of this, or no, I do not. So I would use the word approve by saying, I approved all the board and card games that came through 208 before the kiddos played them. I wanted to make sure they were games that I thought that you guys would enjoy and that would be easy for you guys to follow so that you would have fun and not be fighting over them. So I would love to see how you use the word approve in your sentences for your story. Our next word that we're going to go over is the word disapprove. This is the opposite of approve. So to disapprove something means it's something you do not agree with, or you think it is bad, or you think it is wrong. So when you're disapproving something, it means that you do not accept it, you don't think it's a great idea. So for disapprove, and I used it in a sentence by saying, I disapprove of shouting out in class without raising your hand. You guys know I was a stickler for that. So I can't wait to see how you guys use disapprove in your storytime stories. Our next word is going to be murmur. Murmur means to talk very quietly, almost like whispering. So we talked about how when you're usually trying to tell a neighbor something while you're doing your work or while you're listening to a story on the rug, when you're sharing together, we tend to murmur and whisper quietly so everyone can stay in their own little bubbles of conversation. So I use the word murmur by saying, while turning and talking on the rug, the students murmured their answers. That means they used a quiet voice to share their responses. So I would like to see how you use the word murmur in your story. And our last but not least word is duplicate. Duplicate means to copy. So when you're making a duplicate of something, it means that you are making an exact copy of something else. When you're duplicating something, it just means that you're taking what it looked like before and you're making it exactly that way as you see it after. So I use the word duplicate in a sentence by saying, can you duplicate the math problem on the board in your notebooks? So I would be asking you to copy what you see on the board right into your notebook. So I can't wait to see how you guys bring these 5 words together to make a story. I will remind you of what those 5 words are. They are gratitude, approve, disapprove, murmur, and duplicate. I can't wait to see how you guys use these 5 words in your stories. I know you're going to do a really great job and I can't wait to read them. Have fun. Bye.